Alright, today I took a little break here and I wanted to review my after-school special projects, going through my list here and found out I had forgot to cross off 4 of them. And going through the motions, looking through the dreaded eBay, finding all kinds of more listings up there that I hadn't seen before. But mostly those are through Historic Images or numerous other similar sites, and they're all 20 bucks. They're $15, plus shipping, or $20 plus $5 for shipping. And then I found a couple and I said, those are kind of interesting. Let me just leave them up on the screen. And then shortly after I got some offers, mind you, they were only $1 off each. So I thought, well, let me see what it's going to take to get those, combine those and see what's going on here. And eBay wouldn't let me do that. So that ship has sailed. Basically, they told me, what I understand here is they want to do is 2 separate transactions. And there is no way you can combine them. So a lot of people just leave it alone, buy the 1 or buy the 2, and have to pay an extra $4.50 for shipping, which is very unfair. Shipping 2 photographs for $8, $9 is just absolutely asking for a broken window, just ridiculous, getting graffiti on a wall or any kind of thing, just asking for trouble, nobody wants to have that happen, only for a few dollars. But again, the reason why I complain is because if you have 100 photographs you have to get that are $20 each, that comes out to something like $2,000, and I'm not spending $2,000 plus right now. And then somebody would come along to see my collection and offer the next person 20 bucks. And I said, I spent $3,000-4,000 on this collection. How dare you offer me 20 bucks? And that's exactly how it is. But I'm looking at the completed listing for many of these items that I'm looking at over and over again, and I'm finding nothing. I found, I think, 1 picture that sold like a month or 2 ago for $5 plus $5 for shipping, so that was 10. Most of the pictures I'm looking at are not even close to the $10 benchmark. As I said, they're $15 plus shipping or $20 plus $5 shipping. Absolutely ridiculous. Several other things that I found out that the most popular pictures are the ones that are on the DVDs, if that makes sense. Most of the episodes did not make it to DVD, if you didn't know that. They're just only a select few. And then also I've been noticing in the listings a lot of books of the same titles, and people are asking serious money because they have connections, and if they have photograph covers that are related to the specials, those are a lot of money in some cases. I've seen them up as like $40 or more for a kid's paperback. And the funny thing is that the only person that knows what the value of that book is the person that is selling it. That's the craziness thing here. See if I can show you a few ones here. And again, the progress, keeps coming ever so slowly. The 70s are just very, very empty there. But a funny thing is I have almost none of the 90s ones here. One of the things that I wanted to do, and I didn't get very many of these because I thought, what am I going to do with old date due cards and stuff like that? But I thought it'd be cool to, add the author and the title of many of these books and just make them like they came out of the books and then put like some sort of date due stamp, because I've got an old stamper somewhere here, and maybe change it to like some of the dates, that when these books were fresh and new, and then sign some phony names or something to that. Just like silly little things like that just add to the ambience. That's why I have basically used these ancient blue stickers and black tape there, and this old Kodak sticker or something, and some old orange tape there, and taped it all together, so I'm making it look like kind of like a high school notebook type of thing. And of course my notes here. What else do I have here? Yeah, my photo costs. So like I said, the main thing I want to talk about was the costs, and that's already been done. Just absolutely ridiculous. One of the things I've also mentioned numerous times is that most of the pictures I have to basically type in the actor and type in the show's name, and that's how I find it. I just don't go to after school specials and expect to find anything. One of the previous videos I mentioned that Bowman has come out with a football set or something called After School Specials, and so it gives me 2,000 results, and then when I cut it down, then it gets like a quarter or a third of that. and then the photographs get even smaller and smaller and smaller. And then, like I said, when I typed in after school specials and did completed listings, there were only 3 items under the category I was looking at had disappeared. I think 2 magazine clippings and 1 actual photograph of some sort of animation special from the 70s, and that disappeared. And that was one that I missed out on because I didn't feel like spending $10 at the time. Again, gone are the days where these things were between $1 and $5, and that was not long ago. There were lots of vendors that had these things are dirt cheap because they sat and sat and sat and sat. And now just memorabilia is through the roof, and it just really just kind of takes a crazy turn here. One of the things I have to keep doing here is keep deleting files on my computer because I'm behind on all the stuff here. So you're not seeing a lot of graphics in the video. So last YouTube video is uploading right now, and sadly it's taken like 5 or 6 hours to upload it the old-fashioned way, direct through YouTube. It is ridiculous. I don't know how anybody gets anything done here. I put 3 autograph letters together. I think 2 of them this morning, maybe 1 last night, and then 1 this afternoon. And most of these are just like this card here. I'm not sending this one out here, but just random stuff that I have no connection to. But I just want to get some of these stamps used, some of the envelopes out, and get some of this extra material. One of the problems, though, is that I have not been able to clear out even a fraction of a % of the paper. You know, it's absolutely mind-boggling how much paper I've saved this last year. Saved hundreds, if not thousands of pieces of paper. And all intent to use it. You know, I just used some stuff that was just sitting here just to get it out of the way. Here's a photograph that I took a long time ago. I just thought it was just a nice picture of a rhododendron where I was watering the plant or the tree, and I dripped water over it. It just looked like some tropical Hawaii thing or whatever. And I said, well, what am I going to do with this? I have no connection to this. This picture was taken many years ago when I have no absolutely earthly clue. Probably 10, 15 years ago. Really don't know. But I was going to write a letter on the back of it, but I have not gotten around to it. Again, I don't get around to a lot of stuff because I start looking at this desk and this is crazy. This is insane and crazy. These people are now charging $5. I have 5 cards. I don't feel like spending $20. I'd rather get something I could use for my collection. Because at the end of the day, each set that I put together is going to have like probably 50 autographs out of a 700 plus card set. And it's not going to matter whether I have this guy or that guy. It really isn't going to matter. So, like I said, I think what I'm going to do, I always have to update my price list in here and see how crazy I've gotten to. You know, again, it really threw me for a loop because I wanted those discounts even though they were $1 each. One was a lot of 2 from the same show and one was just 1. You know, I have to really work very hard anymore to find it down to the $10 price category. I don't know what I'm going to do because everybody, and then most of the listings are for reproduction photographs, you know, print on demand type of things. And some guy from Australia that's got colorized color photos of some of these things. And as cool as they are, I don't want that. I could do that myself in some instances. You know, I want all the history, and if that makes any sense, because I've had people say, well, don't you just want to go and print out a picture? It's what's the big deal? Who's gonna know? I'm gonna know. That's what I want to do. You know, when I do anything historical or interesting, I don't want reproduction stuff. You know, again, those are for kids and with the dorms and stuff like that. Have, you know, a picture of the Big Lebowski. And it's just a poster that was just printed online, and they got it for 12, 15, 20 bucks off of Amazon or whatever, and they put a cheap plastic frame around it. I don't want that. You know, or these Ozzy Osbourne or these old concert posters or whatever that have these cardboard feel to it. They were very popular, and I don't want any of that. And I don't want to get that mixed in with the really good stuff, because that stuff has been sold as legit time and time again. People pay big bucks for stupid reproductions. Again, there's no law that you can't, you know, steal money from somebody else until you're the one that gets caught, essentially. You know, use fake postage stamps and then somebody will catch you eventually. But many people never get caught, and they bilk people out of tens of thousands of dollars. So, I don't know. You know, when I get a Michael J. Fox poster, I found an original one for Back to the Future 2 or something like that. and some sort of poster. It is in very ripped and beat up condition, but it is an original. Okay, but then there are people making copies of that said poster all over the place for $25 to $50, and then people will buy that because the original is $200+. You know, I don't have it in a frame because I can't buy a frame. The powers that be make those frames that are a couple inches for the marquee movie posters too expensive, and it's like $50 for a frame. Do I want to basically frame all my movie posters for $200, $400, $1,000? You know, at the end of the day, those are just frames, and I've seen those types of frames eventually hit the Goodwill stores all the way down to $1, and somebody just buys it because they need a piece of plexiglass or glass for something else. He's like, I don't want this frame, it doesn't do anything for me. Again, people do not care about the secondary project, like slabs, you know, and holders, because they say, well, I'm just buying for the card, I'm not buying it because it's got a $20 holder on it. That's not how it goes. You know, that you basically lose money for any accoutrements you throw on there. Sometimes slabbing a card, I don't want to get into that, but it's just, that's why I want to do as little as possible without having to, it's just very, very, but it's just fun to research stuff, you know, and that's why I like doing this. I really like researching stuff. Every time I turn around, you know, it's either the same old for like a month, 2, 3, 4 months, and all of a sudden, boom, new information hits up. And I have not found any new vendors other than the same two, the Historic Images, and I think, I don't know, can't think of their name right now, Starlight Collectibles. Those are the only two people I've really found photographs from that I really trust. You know, I found Scott Baio one there, and again, it's a good one, and I don't believe it's going to be there that long. It's, you know, where he takes drugs or something like that, called Stoned. And that's a popular one. But again, that's like $15 or more. It was like 11, 12, 13, 14 plus shipping, so that's, you know, $15 to $20 for that photograph, where it used to be like 5 or 10. Again, I don't know what is going on here, but again, when I mentioned that only 3 items had sold, it's either because of the crazy price or people only want very, very certain ones for a certain price. There's no way that I want to buy my 1980s, you know, collectibles at $20 a piece. That's just asking for silliness, because you can get some really nice things for that price once you know. And I had expected to finish this, but again, in the last year, everything doubled. And then what happened was everybody saw all the prices double from certain vendors, so they doubled all their prices. And there is no discounts, because these discounts are half of, you know, so they get to, this was $20, now it's $15. So it's still a $20 photograph and not a $10 photograph free shipping, if that makes sense. Again, these people have bought tens of thousands of photographs, so they're only into some of these for like dollars, pennies, dollars. And I know eBay's taking all the crazy fees, so they're not combining shipping anymore, and people will challenge me on that. Challenge me on any issue that you want, and I will prove you wrong, because I like doing homework that's not school related. So anyway, there is this. I hope to get some other DVDs soon, but I have to kind of work my way through some of these other ones here. That's pretty much it. I think I want to show you these very quickly here, and I don't know if these got in the last video here. I got 2 Alpha Flight comic books. One of them I bought by mistake because I thought it said 1982, and they put 1982 on there, but it was actually 1986. They couldn't read. And Alpha Flight was not from 1982. Started in 83. So they did about 130, 150 issues or something like that. Reason why Alpha Flight's not very popular is because they're Canadian superheroes. Nothing against Canada, but boy, Canadian superheroes do not hold as a candle to US superheroes, if that makes sense. And so these are not the newsstand editions that command a premium. The newsstand edition of this, was it this particular one, was $4 or $5, and it looked like it had been dropped in a gutter, and it was all beat up and gross. And then this one here, I don't like paying more than $1 for comics. There are no comic bargain bins around here, so you have to go through the all entire stacks and find some sort of random comic book for a whopping $1. Don't remember DP7, but I like the cover. That is it for today. I don't want to talk more than 15 minutes, because you don't care about my after school special projects, and at some point, because the cost is going to go through the roof, I won't care about it, and I'll just abandon the whole project as it failed again. A for effort and F for not finishing the project, not doing the work. So hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching.
This is ABC.
Today on the After School Special, Jack Mellon gets tired of being called a square and turns to a crowd that shows him how to be cool.
Look at him, smoking a month and Jack's a pro.
Temporarily, my problems just disappeared. Listen, but it wasn't worth it.
Super Stone Jack. But tell me something. Who's the real Jack? Jack.
And Jack Mellon is going to discover the price of being cool.
Mike!
Stone, the ABC After School Special.